bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid is spilling
That
out.
sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? An
2 hours?
would have been bad. 2 hours is mystical. You have truly wiped out all trace of yourself if you haven't thought about rum and lemonade yet.
I've been secretly thinking about it all this time. Actually, should I be thinking about this? Looks like drinking hasn't turned out too well for me. Now that you mention it, I do need rum and lemonade. I'd love for Garte to serve me up a beverage.
Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade to yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick that stain off the counter.
Don't lick it.
What happened, man? You used to be cool. Go get your boring normal person drink then. It would go well with those cigarettes. That's a great combination.
Find booze and drink it. Great. The hangover feels really bad. You have to take the edge off. Find a bottle of alcohol and put it in your hand. Equip it to the held slot in your inventory, and the magic will happen on its own. I find this hilarious. Sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo
On the
with a
counter,
tree.
rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
No idea. Looks like he works for Wild Pines, the logistics company who owns and operates the harbor.
But why is he sleeping during the day?
Possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbor. There's not much to do aside from drinking and sleeping.
Pick up the
The
pills?
man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
Yeah, it'll be
You've
fine.
just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
I only have health damage. Physical instrument. Challenging 12. Wake him up.
There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
Wake up! This is an order. I am the law.
Why the yelling man?
The 30-something man slowly lifts his head and gives you a passive look. You're alive? You looked out for the count there. I just wanted to see what would happen if I yelled. I need to answer some questions. You're alive?
Wait, what? I was just sleeping. What do you want, officer?
He seems pissed
Officer,
off.
even after a rude awakening, this dock worker respects the police. More than they usually do, at least.
See anything interesting in the dreams? Tell me about Wild Pines. Point to the writing on his overalls. Why are you sleeping here while the others are out striking? Who's behind organizing the strike? What are the dead body in the yard? Yours? Point at the bottle and split rum. Alright, I'll sleep. I'll let you sleep.
That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
I see.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
How's that going?
Is it going?
Then stares at the cafeteria's terrace doors. Some fingerprints glisten on the glass.
Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
Of course, it's a total madhouse. I'm not sure what you mean. I've almost never been outside of this building.
Dude, we're in the middle of a strike down at the harbour, trying to force some sense into the executive board of Wild Pines.
He doesn't dwell on the particulars of your
For
existence.
one, I get you some more shut-eye in the mornings.
He rubs his eyes and
Right
sighs.
to work, right to sleep, I say.
See anything interesting in your
Thank
dreams?
God, no.
Was it a fathomless darkness which we ought to be deferred like corpses of Mausoleum? Was it pure nothing, your consciousness no longer than a single grain of melt? Tell me, was it bliss-free X of X somethings? You're right. Let's talk about something else.
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep. A web of wrinkles covers his tanned forehead.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir. But when I'm out, then I'm really out. No corpses. No mausoleums. Just quality time.
That's
A
good.
little me time in the abyssal pelagic zone. You can never return to it now. Only detective work remains. Wakefulness and detection.
Why are you sleeping here while the others are out striking?
They got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate. Or just getting some sleep. Or was.
Sorry.
The way he says Measurehead implies ultimate trust in this head reckoner's physical prowess. He seems like a worthy rival. You should slay him.
Okay then. Who's behind organizing the strike?
We are. The workers. The union. We know what we need. What's right for us.
You mean there's no leader?
Okay. I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart. Knows how to negotiate. He's got our back.
What about the dead body in the yard?
Yeah. What about it?
I'm just trying to find out what you know about it. You seem cool with it. Do you have many of those hanging from the trees here?
You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch. Another one falls in a manhole. A third one gets eaten by stray dogs.
He respites.
If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern?
Someone has to look into it. Looks like I'm that someone. Tell me what you know. Well, little point asking you, but about the body, I got other questions.
I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead.
I can agree to that.
You have a pretty solid feeling that the man's not just mouthing off. He's strong, but even he has reasons to be cautious here.
The trouble is already here, or else would you call a dead man hanging from a tree? What trouble?
You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions. That's all I know, and I prefer to keep it this way.
Understand?
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note in his blue notebook. So
Okay.
Union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even sleepy hair. This doesn't help a lot, but it's something. Good work, detective.
Yours?
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait. No. Oh, it's empty. Sorry about that, pal.
Come on. Alright, I'll let you
The
sleep.
dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table.
Hey!
In sweet sleep.
I got some experience. Worth it. Summer doors closed for the winter. Alright, I guess it's time to head on out. The door is bolted. A sign reads kitchen reserved for personnel until 13. The soft purr of electrical juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. Okay, now where did they say the way out of this place is? Is this it? Most people set up for bed at 21 or not long after. Thanks for being super fast and not letting me read you. Rue de Saint something 8B. There are bottles inside. You could pick them up if you had a bag. Did I not, like, pick one up anyways? The book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dam on its cover. The book appears to be erotic, but without actual erotica. Okay. On the cover stands a very masculine man, surrounded by flames. I'm gonna just turn down this music some. That is getting loud. This is a book about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it is about, nor does it seem important. It takes willpower to even read the author's name, Jan Kaz from Iguania. Okay, those are down there. A book about culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. Okay. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. Ooh.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. I am the law.
I know, sir.
She stomps her feet to feel warmer.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of store is this anyways? Is it okay if I ask you some questions? Not really.
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
She points at the window.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
What is a book?
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
She points at the stand. What's a
A
postcard?
postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
She observes you for a moment.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness.
What's a board game?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
Interesting.
My pleasure.
Thanks.
Anything else you'd like to know?
Is it okay if I ask you some
Okay,
questions?
sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling
Feel
something.
free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because? Okay, I guess I
I'm
will.
signalling that the store is open.
She nods
Otherwise,
eagerly.
people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Oh, it makes
A
sense.
sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
You're cold. Can I help you in some way? I should have a word with the store owner, maybe. Such a good trooper you are, already learning the value of hard work, Patterhead. I could help, but brutally dismantling the free market.
Kind of you to offer, sir.
She doesn't know what else to say.
What could you do to help her anyway?
I should have a word with the store owner,
Oh,
maybe.
no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers.
She-
Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
She stands upright and smiles like a little soldier. Shouldn't you be at school or
I
something?
do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't going to school more important? School is stupid. You're lucky you're not there. What is school anyways? Isn't going to school more important
Mum
than
says
this?
it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
I see. How's the business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
She looks over her shoulder.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in what way? Good to hear that's going well. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Bankrupt? Ass up? Say nothing.
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
I don't think curses are real. This sounds really rather serious. I should probably look into this. Narrow your eyes and look through the creaking boards on the window.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case. But I don't see much more to look into here.
The lieutenant makes a note in
Yes,
his
please
notebook.
do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
What do you know about the other failed businesses? How does this curse man a self-infest? Enough about the curse for now.
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar.
She looks a little
I don't really know
disappointed.
what's there.
How does this curse manifest itself?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
Fine, I'll show you. But Kim, the plasmitic manifestations. The lieutenant stands at your side, stern and serious.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
The girl looks back and forth between you two,
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
and it looks at your shaved, prickly chin. It distinctly contrasts with the oily mutton chops that surround it. What is this crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that. and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Wait, not crime fictions. I need to know what crime is. Why would anyone want to read about crime? Okay, I get it. Crime murder gets the people going. She doesn't know what to say. It's that bad. Points
Crime
to
is
her
a
head.
deviation from the law, punishable by either a civil or criminal sentencing. It's what the law prevents.
Why would anyone want to read about crime?
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, by the way. The law,
You
as I
don't
said.
look much like a policeman.
She examines you as if to find something policeman-like. Huh? Well, does a cop look like then? Okay then, maybe I'm not a policeman, or should stop being one.
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
She points to a book cover on which you see a strapping Vesvertin officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy. Then I decided to live a little. You know, nobody actually looks like the guy in that picture. That's just a stupid fantasy book of the man. It's not your body that's important to your police work anyway. It's your points in your head. That's so ironic with how I've been acting. Wow, look at that guy. I'll never be as good as Mullen. I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy. Then I
What's
decided to
that
live a
mean?
little. You know, cut loose, raise hell, blow off some steam.
And everything's better now, sir?
No.
Why is that?
Look at me, I'm a hideous beast, a failure of a cop, a disgrace. A man can never be truly happy with who he is. You'll understand when you're older.
Sir, please, sir, don't say things like that. You look nice enough.
Nice enough for a small child, sure,
Don't be
maybe.
sad, sir. I'm sorry I said that thing about Dick Mullen.
You know, nobody actually looks like the guy in that picture. That's just a stupid fantasy of a man.
She looks at Dick Mullen, frowning. Dark, arrogant, violent, likely overcompensating for something.
Probably got a violent streak because he's emotionally stunned.
She examines the cover, trying to gauge the inner workings of the detective.
Emotional ineptitude is no way to cop. You can't comprehend to my sensitive soul.
Of course not, sir. He's just a fictional character. He'll be no match for you.
She smiles mischievously.
Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
Okay, I'm going to deduce something. No, I'm gonna look through the other ones first. What is romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that situation. Well, which one would you choose, the good man or the bad man? Huh.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about a poor man getting a rich lady?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
I see.
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
Sounds about right. What about when both of the men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
What if it's written really well?
Maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting. What about when everyone is poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
I was about to say, like, oh, no, what? The proper romance kept between two poor people, but, you know, that's a feel. That's a feel. Yeah, that's just everyday life. Sometimes you have to write about real life
Not
things.
in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in them.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Yeah, you think she has one about an excruciating, painful breakup?
I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
She pauses, trying to figure out the appropriate answer. No, think about it. One where they plunge into a horrid spiral of pain and reclamation. Only it's really long and drawn out. Scarred for life. Phantom limb.
No, I don't know.
She looks at you with puzzlement.
You can take this. blossom like a pain flower.
Yeah, and it drags on for years and years with no
The
resolution
girl
in
is
sight.
at a loss for words.
Each of you filling with resentment and bitterness for having ruined each other's
She
lives.
shifts and sways on her feet, looking confused and uncomfortable.
Each of you tearing at the other's innards, leaving a gaping emptiness, a vacuum heart that still hurts
I'm
ceaselessly.
sorry, sir. I don't know how to help you.
Yay, more morale loss. Woo. I don't need help. I need a real book that tells it how it is, not this drivel. Why can't you help me? I'm beyond help, right?
Sir, sorry, sir. I'm still little. I can't.
She stumbles on her words. I'm a jerk.
It's time to leave it be. You're about to make a child cry. Are you proud of yourself?
Not a single shred of pride remains in me. Right, activate denial mode. Damn right I am, proud as a lion of Cerber. Don't worry, little girl. Got a bit carried away there. Not a single shred of pride remains in me.
This is your tiny chance for redemption. Apologize.
Little girl, I'm sorry I got agitated. I just can't handle things sometimes. Let's get back to the books.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm worth it. Got XP. That's what matters. Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them.
She scratches her cold reddened cheek, then continues.
I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Right, I had a different question in mind. Can I become famous by reading one of those books?
I don't know about that, but I imagine life is great when you're famous.
Fame sounds delicious. Maybe someone will write a book about me one day.
Why would they do that, sir?
Because I'll be a superstar cop in the papers and everything. That'll show 'em. Why indeed? I'm just an old tired cop. What use am I?
That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun.
Should be composure 30 high. Should be a book of you. Saw she scold, afraid of the curse. Okay, I'm going to do something now.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
Hey, why do you keep your hands folded?
What do you mean, sir?
She looks wary.
She knows where this is going.
You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help. You can show them to me. Actually, I'd rather not deduce anything. Every time I deduce, people get hurt.
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest. A facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals.
It's okay. You heard me. Hands up.
She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
You bite your
And you
nails.
knew this from me keeping my hands folded?
Yes, there were a few other hints. It's super simple for a detective, such as myself.
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
Her eyes flash with defiance. She's not impressed.
She actually is impressed. This is more like a defensive reflex.
Want more? Bet I can figure out why you bite your nails. I got a few reasons, Mide. You think so? Fine, do better. Do something about me.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
You're uptight because of your mother and the pressure she's putting on you. Rats have been nibbling on your fingers, child labor, dismal working condition. Chewed on nails means you're recycling your body material. It's an introduction to the way of business. There are no riches without personal sacrifice.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't.
Dismay flickers in her eyes. She sighs. Either way, another ace deduction by the number one detective down. I hope this entertained
It was
you.
okay, sir.
She's still got a rebellious streak.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You think so? Fine, do better. To do something about me. I was a masterclass fool. Whatever, kid. I don't need to prove myself to you.
You're quite sober.
She snaps back quickly.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching.
Wait.
It takes effort.
Wait, how do you know I'm usually not? Yeah, about that. Maybe you could point me towards some booze, and I'm having a grand time. I'm also sad and my head hurts.
Because you usually aren't.
Yeah, about that.
I'm sorry, sir. I hope things get better soon.
She looks you in the eye, a gleam of sympathy on her
There
face.
she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow.
Interesting. Okay, bye. I'll see you around in it. Alright, and that seems like a good time to stop this. I will see you in the next one. And as always, peace.